I wanted to do a series of positive videos, but I'm torn right now. I don't know if to make this a positive video or a negative video. Uh, let's go with positive. Let's go with positive. A better story. And like I've said multiple times, if you've watched any of my videos, I just do these for my own mental health. I'm not trying to become, I mean, as nice as that would be, I'm not trying to become famous or have like that type of restriction on me where you have to put out a video every day to maintain your fucking viewer fucking. Yeah, yeah, no, don't care. Probably didn't even hear any of that because my phone was so far away from me. So let's go with a positive story. So just to give you background, I grew up in cities. Like I grew up in Sacramento, 25 years, and then everywhere I lived after that, except for one place, uh, was in a city. Tallahassee, Norfolk, Kansas City, and then I also lived in like bumfuck nowhere, Southwest Missouri, in between Joplin and Bentonville, which are not big cities, but at least they're kind of city like, city adjacent. Um, and then I moved out here to Pennsylvania, bumfuck nowhere, literally bumfuck nowhere, like so far in the middle of nowhere. There's not even Amish people. Like, but there are plenty of people of all sorts of different races. Like I had a guy from French Guiana the other day. He delivered like Walmart stuff to me, and he walked in, or he walked up to the door, and I opened the door, and I was like, "Oh man, thank you very much for delivering this stuff. I really appreciate it." And he was like, "No problem, man." And he was like, "It's a wonderful estate. It looks like you're building a wonderful estate for yourself." And I was like, and he was looking through my door, and I look like I put my furniture up, and I've got my lazy boy and everything, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting my house, to where it needs to be." And I was like, "You've got an interesting accent, man," because like, I mean, he was the dude. He's black, and he's very dark skinned black. Like I have a friend named Stefan who is very dark skinned black. Like if you turn off the lights, we always joke. Like if we're in a dark room with him or something, like at a club or something, we always joke, "Hey, Stefan, smile so we can find you." It, um, I understand some people might see that and think it's racist. It's not. It's just friends making fun of friends. Like, my friends used to call me cracker because they knew I found that the most offensive thing in the world. Not because I knew what a cracker was. And if you don't know what a cracker is, it's the guy with the whip, is the slave owner with the guy on the back of the horse with the whip making the slaves work. That's what a cracker is. They used to call me that, not because I found that part offensive, but because I was like, there's no way in hell I'd ever have that low of a job on a fucking, no. I would not be that low down the totem pole where I'd be the cracker. Fuck you guys. You guys think so little of me. That's the joke, but that's why they call me crack, because I get offended by it because of that. It's like I would never be that fucking low on the totem pole. No. There's no way in hell I'd be a cracker. Like, the only thing under a cracker is the guy that just beats him with his fists, goes home with broken hands every day, and his wife's like, "What did you do today?" And I was like, "Took care of the slaves." Like, no. Like, fucking being a cracker, that's like at the bottom of the, no, hell no. Hell no. Nuh-uh. And so that's like what me and my, like, and I'm from California. Me and my friends are of all ethnicities, from Asian, Pacific Islander, fucking black, Native American, white, Arabic, and of all religions. And most of them won't mix with what your preconceived stereotype of what that religion should be. Like most of them won't even fucking mix with that. I have black Jew friends and white Muslim friends and fucking Arabic fucking Christian friends and so yeah, like even in our own friend group when we hear like the news go racism is rampant today, we look around the room going, yeah, racism fuck crazy. And we lived in the worst state in the union. We're pretty sure that the rest of the country pretty much got it on that kind of level. Like because we're all like in our 40s and we grew up in the 80s, 90s, the 2000s after 9/11. We all pretty much got it. So I wanted to make this positive and I'm fucking ranting. My original point, I was talking about where I came from to. All right, let's fuck it. Let's just end it with a really positive story. So I told you about where I came from, living in cities, stuff like that. I was walking around my neighborhood here in Pennsylvania, in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, and I'm walking down the street, and I'm going towards my neighbor's house, and their son, I think his name's Tucker. I can't remember. He's just jumping on the corner. Hey, hey, Mr. Anderson, and I was like, what? He's like, hey, I'm looking for, and he looks to his left, and he looks to his right, and then he looks at me, and he's like, puddles, and I'm like, what the fuck? Being somebody that has lived in cities his entire life, when you walk up to somebody that's just standing on the corner, jumping up, going, hey, hey, I'm looking for. The last thing you expect is something as innocent as puddles. And I was like, oh man, there's a puddle down that way, and there's a puddle in front of my house, and there's a. Thank you, Mr. Anderson. And he fucking runs off and starts jumping in puddles. And I was just like, it was culture shock. It was interesting. I enjoyed it. Um, I was in the middle of telling another story before I got to that I thought was positive, and I completely forgot. But like I said, let's end with a really positive story. Little kid looking for puddles, screaming, "Hey, Mr. Anderson, you seen any puddles?" Yeah, man, it's been raining all day. There's puddles everywhere. There's one there, but no, you know, I like having that like grumpy old man persona when the kids like that's why I was like, "What?" Because I was a kid once. And when you're around a grumpy old man, you think he's funny and you want to be around him more often. And I think these kids are the same way. They're like, hey, Mr. Anderson. Like, what? Hey, Mr. Anderson. What? Just saying hi, sir. Like I think they love like and to be honest with you, I love the interaction with them. So I, I think playing the grumpy old man role right now is perfect because then when I become like, yeah, you can do it, boy, it, it'll change, you know, it'll be like those movies where the grumpy old man becomes like the fixture of their neighbor. I'm kidding. I just like being a grumpy old man to everybody. It's like my sick and twisted sense of humor. Um, but the kids seem to like me around here. They're like, hey, Mr. And if they don't like me, at least they're very respectful. Hi, Mr. Anderson. And they want to talk to me, and I allow them to talk to me, even if I'm annoyed. Go about my business. What's that? Uh huh. Yeah. Like there's one kid the other day. There's a trampoline in my backyard. I hate it, and I want it to leave. I want it to leave badly, and but he decided to jump on my trampoline, and I go out there, and he's like looking under the trampoline, and I'm like, "Hey!" And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I just jumped on it for a minute, and I lost my ear pod, and I'm looking for it." And I was like, "Oh." No, I don't care. If you want that trampoline, have your parents come and get it and take it. You can have it. He's like, oh, okay, thank you, Mr. Anderson. Never met this kid before, but apparently the entire neighborhood already knows who I am. Like I said, it's a small fucking neighborhood. So, but yeah, I'm enjoying it here. So I guess that'll be positive video number 2.